also, I talked to an attorney this week in another county. He advised me that Officer Law's rights has been broken, that they have violated his civil rights when they told him that he could not go before them. And they refused his appeal and would not let him on the agenda. The attorney I talked to said they definitely in the wrong and that he could win the cases with him. It's by the way he put it. I mean, he's right. And he's really concerned about the fact that the mayor has been done like she's done, and he doesn't think that they can, the way he's doing it, saying they can't do it. So he's looking up, what I'm trying to say is he's looking up a lot of this stuff to make sure, even a form of a petition, the mayor's got a petition already, but I didn't know that well, I didn't know the time, but he's looking it up too to see what we got, how many exactly voters we got to have. We got to have registered voters, and what we do, we call for another election. And the reason for right now, hey, y'all got the other piece of paper she's got? You sure are slow. You
What piece of paper did you have?
I want the one where we're asking the people, the council.
We've been passing it around for everybody to read.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have one?
Why don't you read it?
Okay.
What it says.
Okay. Okay, this one is grant citizens the Meigs the right to be heard. That was Linda's mayor's campaign. And return Linda Eason. I don't know why they should have been mayor. I'm sorry about that too. To your office, elected mayor, the government says elected mayor to her duties, return Edward Ross to his position as police chief. So that is what two of the goals we need to get taken care of. But where is the other petition part? I need to get it in.
You got it?
Okay, I did. Sorry about that. That's why she's the boss and I'm the puppy boy. Okay. The letter is like this. It's from Concerned Citizens of Meigs, Georgia, March 20th, 2014. To the city manager, city clerk, Marcia Domingo, the following council members: Dorothy Williams, Kilpatrick, and LaVon Gasson. Now, those three councilmen and the city manager are the ones that we feel like are not trying to help us. Now, if someone is out there that feels that it's wrong and one of them is in your favor or something, maybe you could go talk to them or whatever, because when they get up and walk out of a meeting and don't listen to us, then, you know, and the other two have only been there, what, 6 months, 4 months, something. So they can't even, we can't do anything, and we're calling them right now for anything. But we think the other two might help us out. And the young lady that just got a vote in, I don't know where she is, she's not here. Okay. It says, and it's also got the clerk on here, Renee. I didn't have any love with her the other day when I went to City Hall. I mean, you know, when you work in the public, you're supposed to try to be as nice and polite where you want to and not. Where you like what the customer's saying, you've got to try to be polite, nice, and courtesy, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, as concerned citizens of Meigs, Georgia, we are requesting your resignation from our city government and city manager, clerk, city council members, and clerk. We're not satisfied with your work performance or your work ethics. We do not believe that you are representing our town in a fair and just manner by your actions such as walking out of the council meetings and not listening to the citizens' comments. We elected you to listen to us and represent us, concerned citizens of Meigs. Concerned citizens Meigs, Georgia, requested resignation of city manager, city clerk, Marcia Domingo, city council members Dorothy Williams, T.O.K. Blanchard, Lavon Gansett, and clerk Renee. And we got this up where you can sign it. If you don't want to sign it, that's fine, but that's where we stand at right now. We feel like we can't, and the way it looks, if we can get 2 people to resign, then we can take it back. The reason why is because the new girl goes in, we get 2 on our side, get 2 voted in on our side, and Linda can break the time vote, she can redo this whole thing and get back in office. This is just a politely asking these people to do their job and resign. That's the next step, which the mayor has, which I don't think we're going to go with it right now, but I talked to the attorney, and like I said, he said that if they don't want to do this, if they don't want to do what they're supposed to, if they're not going to do the job, then he'll draw up a petition calling for a council a re-election of those seats. Ever one of them, except those 2 now. Those 2 that's just went in, we can't touch them right now. They got a, but that'll be the next step. This is the first step of just giving them these letters, mailing them to them, and signatures on them, saying, look, you're not doing your job, we want somebody else. Resign, quit. Okay, any questions? I mean, I'll try to answer what I can, but like I said, I believe this is about as polite as you can make it for the first time. And so if a councilman says, look, if a councilman comes to us and says, look, I've been kind of like scared to say anything, I was afraid of this, so and so, then, you know, if they're going to speak up and let us speak up, then fine, but I don't think it's going to happen, because you've seen, you were in that other day when we got off the roll for interstate chief. What they do, 2 weeks later or 30 days later, they give them a notice, fire you. So they're not listening to us. They're going to do what they want to. And that's not what it's about.
I have a question for you. You worked for Meigs X number of years, am I correct? Then you do something. What was your office here in Meigs? What did you do?
I was the police chief here for 28 years.
Okay, and so my question, short form to you, is what has ignited the fire in you to spearhead something that you think would make it better for this town? On the council that I had, the previous council for years, I really can't remember them getting up and walking out. They always listened, but they may have not have done what, you know, the citizens wanted, but they stayed there and listened to it. This is really something that I really got me upset, and the thing about this that bothers me more than anything is that I served in Vietnam in Tech area, Tech offensive, where a lot of our young men were killed. I didn't know I was going to end up there, but I did. And I feel like that they violated my rights. They violated my rights to speak, and I don't like that. And I'm trying to do it the right way before they put me in jail, but if they keep on me, I may go to jail. I've never been in jail. But they violated everybody's rights, but a young man in this town, he's not here anymore, he passed away. I met him in Vietnam. I had been wounded in the leg, and he was in a motor pool, and he had Meigs written on his cap. And I walked over to him and I said, "You from Meigs?" "Yeah, man, I'm from Meigs." I said, "I'm from Pelham." And we got to be friends just like that. And he told me his name was Johnny, was it Johnny Ingram, or his mother, you know, lived down there with his, but anyway, I said, "Will you do me a favor?" Because he was coming home. He had about 5 days left, he was coming home. I said, "When you get home, you go by where my mother works and tell her that I'm okay." He did just what I asked him. The first thing he did, he stopped in Pelham, Georgia. As far as I know, instead of coming on Meigs, he was still in uniform. He walked in the drugstore where my mother was working and asked for Ms. Layton. And you know how it was back in the 60s. When he did that, all them big white shots up there, you could have heard a pin drop on the floor. So somebody says, "Miss Layton's around there, I go with her." She come out there. And when he said what he did, that he had left me a few hours ago, my mother wouldn't even go. She talked and talked and sat him down at the table. I don't know how many drinks he did. But I always respected that, and I'll never forget it. And I guess I'm not sure if it was his grandmother or mother, but anyway, she was just as nice as she could be. But I've always respected that. So this town and this picture mean a lot to me. I've dealt with them for years, and all these people have been good. And I've had my ups and downs with them, but we always settled it out. We always talked out and communicated, and we got it. And that's the issue. Well, I run my mouth on up. Anybody want to talk, anybody have more questions, but the main thing is too is that we're asking that
You got a hand right.
everybody help out sign this paper. So we want to mail it.
You got a hand right here.
Councilman, ASAP. And if you feel like there's somebody's name on here, if you don't want to sign it, I'm sorry. Come up here. See how I feel to feel here.
I just want to give some good advice. The petitions that are going around, you guys need to have 2 petitions, because even if the person isn't a registered voter, by the business concerned citizen, their opinion still matters. You need to have a definitive address or something that separates the person who can vote from the person who can't vote. So on your petition, it would be good to have a sign for a concerned citizen and registered voter, because all the signatures count regardless. The registered voter's voice just determines whether or not there can be another election to get her reinstated. Therefore, the mayor can do what she needs to do.
That's why the mayor's got the petition for the registered voters. This one is for the people living in town.
Right, and exactly. And you can turn it all in at once to whatever proper authority, especially Attorney General. I took the liberty to do some research that I already had ran by with the mayor. The second thing is, and I hope everybody take this in good spirit. If everybody in here today, everything personally got to be pushed aside, because pretty much this is what they said. We took the mayor power and we want y'all to be quiet too. Don't complain about it, don't say nothing about it, and at the same time, don't forget to bring your money up here to pay your bills. And we really don't care nothing about how you feel or what you think. So you think about if somebody on the street was to say that to you and how you feel about that, and think about how you're going to address it respectfully without it bringing a tarnishment to it, because I'm not bragging, but I'm being honest. There's a lot of people I know in high places that do great things that I haven't even talked to the mayor about. And pretty much means the laughing stock. And if you want to change that, it start in a little old dusty building right here, just like what y'all are doing. But at the same time, that attitude, you got to be right. And you don't know what a person can bring to the table or what they can offer you to tell you how to get there. So I'm not being funny, to be honest. Whatever problem any of us have, they go out the door for the purpose of, this is the town that I don't come to live in, and I like it. I have no issue with it. But what bothered me was, you know, the fact that the two little boys sitting right there, they're honors on the city council. And pretty much I looked at it, you know, the attitude was, I don't care about anything going on. I don't care about what the people, my next door neighbor got to say. But yet, when the city council meeting is over, you can see that there's a lot to be said. But it's not benefiting anybody in town. There's been previous mayors, we don't all get a chance to, nothing been done. They got plenty of money. Mr. Ross, you was around when I was able to try to do something in the beginning. You also, there's a lot of things that aren't right with it, that I just feel like this is the beginning. But please, if we're gonna make it happen and do something, everything else gotta be aside and it's real business. Because I sent the video to news people, and the first thing they said was, why are your local people not covering this? How does just somebody can email CNN and get a reply, but yet we got local news that is not even covering the issue that's going on? And that's just a tragedy in itself, because this is a small town. They're not gonna listen to just us. You're gonna have to make relations with the Caucasian people also, and you're gonna have to bring them in, because when they see a community joined and not divided, their ears open a whole lot wider. They don't hear just, it's the truth, they don't just hear the African American voice. You're gonna have to get some white friends like you did in school. It's just gonna be like that. Go to your neighbors, talk to them, see how they feel, and let them know that it's not about broadcasting hatred towards the city council. It's not about it. It's about protecting the fact that you earn the right to vote. That's your right. And even with some people who can't vote, you still have a voice in what goes on in your town. So once again, I just want to say I'm glad to be a part of it, but don't be afraid to listen to advice. Don't be afraid to listen to advice, because you never know who people know and how they can help you and how far you can get and where you can go. And it starts right here, right now. No hate towards city council. Don't whisper about it. Don't talk about it. Don't even sweat it. Don't even let it come as an issue of discussion on the phone. Because some people that are in here now is the truth. You're gonna go back and talk about what's going on and you're gonna jack the whole thing up. You gotta be quiet, be humble, and most of all, pray about everything going on. Because that's what it's about.
Oh, yeah.